It's coffee time! I have the cutest story to tell you about my dad. It's not like a long story, it's not gonna last this whole time, but my mom texted me today and said that she and my dad had watched the Coffee Time with Holly together. And my dad was like, I really like Holly's coop. And so my mom was telling me this and I was like, oh, well, I'll let her know. It turns out my dad used to raise pigeons. Like, just like Holly's doing. He had a bunch of pigeons that he was raising. He was raising homers, or homing pigeons, and Birmingham rollers, I think is what they were called. So like, this was out of the blue. I had no idea that my dad ever raised pigeons. I had no clue that was ever a thing. And then when my mom was telling me about it, I assumed it was when he was like really young. No, it was when they had just like gotten married. It wasn't that long ago, like 30 years ago, you know. But they were telling me that and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. My dad loves pigeons apparently. Like, really, really loves them. And so he was like, oh my gosh, Holly's coop is so cool. Tell her. So I texted Holly and I was like, you're not gonna believe this. My dad totally used to like rescue and raise pigeons. And she was like, no way. Adorable. I love it. It's so funny because a lot of the comments on that video were like, why would anybody take the time to save pigeons? Because in so many areas of the world, I guess, like, pigeons are kind of a pest. They're a city bird, right? They're the bird that you find in the city, and that's totally true here. We pretty much only see pigeons around here because there isn't the greenery and the wildlife for all of the other sorts of birds that would be out here. So yeah, you wind up with lots of pigeons, and yeah, they realize they can get food from you and they just kind of beg for food. But they're precious and they're animals, you know, and God, I love the noises they make. I love the noises that pigeons make. Being near that pen and being inside the pen and hearing all of them making noises at once, I was like, this is so peaceful. This is just so nice. So yeah, thought that was really cute. Thought that was really precious. I love my daddy. Today I'm in a great mood, not only because my dad used to raise pigeons, but also because got the whole house cleaned. I reorganized some stuff in the living room and now the living room is awesome. I got the TV mounted in there, so I put on the Golden Globes while I was editing news in here, and I would walk out into the living room and I'd see a little bit of the Golden Globes and be like, oh, and then I'd go back in, and it's kind of that same sort of rabble, rabble, rabble sort of a thing that helps with productivity for whatever reason. It's a proven thing. It's a proven thing that having energy around you kind of gives you more energy. So rather than, you know, sitting and doing the same repetitive thing and kind of getting bogged down and feeling sort of sleepy and weird, if you have some sort of energy or evidence of energy going on around you, like just a low murmur or a TV somewhere in the background, it increases your productivity because your brain is active in more than one way. So it actually was helping me so much when I was editing news because like I couldn't hear what was happening on TV. I couldn't understand anything, but I could just hear it on. So I don't know, it was really nice. Like, oh my gosh, the TV isn't on the floor anymore. The TV isn't on the floor. I was so happy. Gosh, wonderful. Wonderful. And my farm box came, so I got a bunch of veggies. I got like what look like bright orange radishes, which is super strange. I got more parsnips. I need to figure out what to do with those. Oh my god. I'm gonna give some to Erin, I think. There's no way I'm gonna use all those. But what I did get, oh my gosh, I got these little cucumbers that are like this big. Delicious. I expected the outside of them to be really hard, like kind of hard to chew through. They're very crunchy. They're like very crisp, so I chopped up a bunch of those and mixed them with some salad dressing, like a vinaigrette, and I just sat on the couch and ate cucumbers while I was watching TV. I was like, this is so fun. And it's been raining for the last few days. It's so weird. We had that big bout of rain, and I thought, all right, cool, we had our rain. There's the like splash of California rain that's never gonna come back. And then we've had rain the last few days again. We had a couple of days of sun, and now we're back into rain. And it's good for us because we've been in a drought, so it's not... Holly was telling me that a friend of hers lives up in the mountains, and when the drought got really bad, they just had no water. Like, they literally had no water that they could use, and I was like, man, that's crazy, because in the area that we're in, you can't tell a difference. You know, everybody's got water, technically, so it's like, fine. But you don't realize that if you're kind of displaced from the city area, then you have a well. I mean, it's just like the way that my farm worked when I lived in Oregon. We had a well. And if you're not getting water, there's nothing in the well. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's like, oh man, that brings me back. That brings me back, man. Having to rely on a well in order to make sure that you have water and not getting any rain. It's just... So I'm glad there's been some rain. I'm glad that rain has been happening. I know that it's good for the state in general. Even in Palm Desert, my mom was saying they're getting rain. So it's good. It's all good for everything that's going on in California. I made the mistake. The mistake that I always make. The same as some of you can probably guess what this mistake is going to be. I made the mistake where I went to take a shower because I had been like, you know, muscling around the house. I went to take a shower before I did news, and I wrapped myself up in a towel, and then I fell asleep. I slept for like a half hour, and I was like, no, I need to go do things. I need to work. So now it's like pretty late, but it doesn't feel late. I was like, oh, I should make coffee time. What time is it? Oh no, like I need to do it now. My whole day feels so off. And it doesn't feel like Sunday either, but Sam gets home tomorrow. Yay! And I can be like, look, behold all of the things that I did. Does our house not smell magic? And look magic, obviously. But, yeah. So, I guess I should go to bed then. Ugh. But I wanted to play more games. I wanted to finish Sherlock. Maybe I'll finish Sherlock and then I'll go to bed. Whatever, I'll make it work. But anyway, I hope you guys had a magical, fantastic day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah.